Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z.
All right, y'all, here we are. This is our take. This is Marc, the moderator.
Banks.com, East Flatbush versus everybody.
Leaf is only family. Brooklyn forever.
Avery the Process, Bergen Street for life.
All right, y'all. So we're going to keep this going, man. You know, we're right in the midst of talking about this whole Jay-Z versus Cap. And I think something came up about this wedge.
This is what I said. This is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say, you know, the Malcolm X theory about how Master brings you to the table, or brings the elite blacks to the table, has a conversation with them, makes them feel comfortable, and then the elite blacks go back and they tell everybody that follows them that Master's okay. What I'm trying to have y'all understand is keep things in context.
The correlation.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that as actuality. What I'm trying to say is, look, we're giving. They knew we were going to give Jay-Z the benefit of the doubt. They knew that some of us wouldn't. But they knew that Jay-Z can be the fall guy for anything that came behind it. The NFL, now, if you think about it, they can say that they're not culpable for anything. This is what Jay stepped into now, right? This is the foray that Jay stepped into. I don't necessarily think, I'm not going to sit here and say Jay-Z is wrong for his attempt of what he may be trying to do. What I'm saying is that he could have really cleaned up the optics of all of this prior to everything coming out.
All right.
And we all perhaps could have been on the same page.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, in rebuttal to that, I would say this. Are we not, your example is good. What I'm saying is, are we not going to give Jay-Z the credit at least to say that he might be a little bit smarter than that and realize that they're trying to use him and he's trying to get something out of the deal as well? Why are we assuming that Jay-Z's coming to the table and he's just going to be Master's little whipping boy and let Master do what he wants? Hold on.
If I can't use you,
exactly.
Use
Why can't it be that Jay-Z's smart enough to realize maybe the NFL is trying to play him or use him for something? He'll step to the table, and he's getting something out of the deal, too, that might benefit all of us. Who knows?
Okay.
Because capitalists only care about capital. They don't really care about that.
But that's everybody. That's everybody.
But if it's everybody and you're going to admit to that, what makes Jay-Z different then?
That he's looking out for his own self-interest, which includes the interest of other black people.
Because
if you really want to go for it,
self-interest is self-interest.
No. Because you want me to tell you why that's not necessarily true?
Okay,
because if we're talking about the tax bracket that Jay-Z is in, right, he should actually be a Trump supporter, correct? If we're just talking about financially.
What that? Hold on, no, I'm lost. Oprah got Google's money. She isn't with Trump.
No, the point I'm trying to make, if we're talking about strictly as a financial, LeBron, Oprah, Jay-Z, all these people should be Trump supporters because he's putting money in their pockets.
It's like,
if you're just talking about strictly being a capitalist.
Let me give you a better example.
Right.
The Dave Chappelle, his last stand-up where he was
very good.
Yeah, where he said, he went to go vote.
We'll take sponsorships, Dave. Thanks.
Yes, he will. Mm-hmm. And he was listening to all these white folks talk about, all of Trump's policies, and he was like, well, clearly I don't know, those policies do not affect you. It's more for me because I'm rich. Right. So that's what Banks is trying to say.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So you're trying to say his self-interest would be more on that side. He wouldn't be doing a Khalif Browder thing or helping other people or calling Trump a superbug, doing all these things.
Let me just say this. What I look at is if you went one direction, you was on one highway, you made a complete U-turn and go in a different direction. That's surprising, and that's why I say why makes you wonder when a person like Jay would do something like that.
You want to know what? See, Avery brought up the bar, right? Tell the NFL I don't need you, but figure out. Listen to the whole bar. Listen to the bar what he said after that. He was like, "We in arenas every night. We in the end zone too." He was basically pitching himself, bro. If you go back and you listen to it, he was pitching himself. It wasn't a yo, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. If you listen to the whole thing, that's not what he was saying.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You walk out on the stage, you're wearing a Cap jersey 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're in full support of Cap. Mm-hmm. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Now, you supposedly or don't, I'm not sure, have a conversation where Cap ain't on board with you. With the move that you are making, with the moves that you are making. You're telling me as the person who Jay is, and all the things that right you have rolled out, you're telling me that just like he supposedly called up, what's his name? Yeah, and said, hold on, do not do that. What makes you still go forward and shuck and jive in a room with the dude? Hold on. Let's just keep it real. It might be raw. Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real. If that was another black man, we could be sitting here saying that.
Come on,
again. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Let's
think about the conversation we're having. Think about the difference of opinion we're having because who it is. Think about this. If this was JJ from Good Times, we'd be feeling different.
No, let's go further.
Did you see him chucking and jiving in that room? Really? Come on now. That's
shucking and jiving, laughing and giggling.
But let's be clear. I think the imagery of that word that he's using is bothersome.
Yeah, I got it. But that's why I said it.
But the reality is,
y'all need to go back and listen to that Side B freestyle, man. It explains all of it, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
What right? I will say is this: when Steve Harvey walked out that elevator and stood next to 45
and Jim Brown,
and Jim Brown and Ray Lewis, we blasted them for that
because they have a history of doing stuff like that.
Jim Brown didn't.
Jim Brown didn't, and it was surprising.
Steve Harvey didn't either.
Okay,
at that time. So come on, see,
I was never a fan of Steve Harvey, but that's besides the point.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Wait, but that's
the reality is that that's what it was.
It's not. But no. Hold on.
Because
when I say a fan, I meant of his acts of certain things that he did. I don't necessarily mean of his comedy or anything like that.
Once again. But we're holding them accountable for their actions.
Right.
And it's because us as black folks hold people of a different stature to a different level of accountability. That's why I'm trying to say, part of me, I'm not mad at Jay making the move. I'm mad how he made the move. Under what pretense he made the move.
Everybody want to tell you how to do it, and ain't nobody done it. That's it really boils down to that.
Let me ask you a question, Mark. All right. So if I'm doing something, right, and now you come in and me and you were talking like I guess you want to join it or whatever, or you think you could further it, and you see a vision, but I'm like, nah. So you just gonna be like, well,
you're gonna scrap the whole thing. That's exactly.
No, because that's totally different. Because listen, let me ask you this question,
Mills. Tell me why it don't make sense.
Hold on. If you came up with the idea for our tape, if that was your idea, okay, you birthed it. Then I turn around after having a conversation with you, and then I say, you know what, man, that ain't gonna work, kid. That ain't gonna work. And then you scrap it. And then I turn around 6 months later and I'm doing it. How would you feel?
No. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening.
I would say that's the Jermaine Dupri situation from what we know.
That's not
I ask y'all
this? I want y'all to answer this question honestly.
I'm listening.
What is so different from what Jay did and what Malcolm Jenkins did? I need to really. What is so? Malcolm Jenkins took some bread and said, "We agree with the NFL, and this is what we're doing."
Because Malcolm Jenkins, to me, and I'm gonna answer the question. In my opinion, because Malcolm Jenkins was there with Cap from the beginning, right or wrong. Right?
Okay. No. I don't know. No. But okay, let's just say for argument's sake.
He was raising his fist. He was doing that. That's what I'm talking about. He was one of those players
because he never put himself on the front line. He was always in the back. Okay, Malcolm was always in the back. The most he did was this here.
All right, but
that was
all right. But he was one of the
never
few.
Spoke.
All right, he was one of the few players that did it when Cap took the knee.
Right.
Jay had nothing with Cap, from what I know. There was
no. Hold on. The things I've read and seen. Okay,
but that's after the fact.
Give my opinion.
I'm talking about.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to figure out.
I don't necessarily know why it's different, but back to Walt's point about like I took the show our take and everything like that.
I agree with you, Mills.
What I'm saying is this. Okay, Cap knelt and everything like that. Maybe there's disputes. Cap said he didn't speak to him. Jay says he spoke to him. So we don't know exactly.
Somebody's lying. Jay.
Somebody's lying, right?
That's
and you don't know what it is. Okay, so let's say Jay went to him like, this is what I want to do with them. This is the idea that I have, and this is how I want to further the platform that you created, and I want to push it forward doing something, right? And Cap was like, I ain't with it. You scrap this whole plan now when you have a vision of how you can possibly increase your social justice thing.
I know what he's going to say.
That. Then when JD was at the table and it was supposed to be him doing this, then why did Jay tell him not to do it? Well, I'm just going by what was said.
Well, the JD thing was just for the performance. It had nothing to do with the other stuff.
Wait, The way it reads, it encompassed everything talking around what Jay-Z is doing now. And Jay reached out to JD and told him not to do it. That's what I read.
Now, I read he was just supposed to be in charge of the production. But whatever.
You read it, but listen what I'm just saying to you. At the end of the day, Jay felt it necessary to reach out to that man and tell him, don't do it.
Can I ask you a question? So
keep that in mind.
I got an answer for that, too. It might not be the best one.
Go ahead.
I mean, maybe Jay thought his vision was better than what JD was talking about. That's possible. And I'm just talking about on terms. Let's be real.
That's me then.
Huh?
Then
but then let's be real. What JD?
About Jay and not
no disrespect. No disrespect to JD. No, but maybe his vision of what he wanted to do with that platform is just different from what JD's doing.
I wish a lot of people would just speak. But
I'm trying to figure this out. So Jay is supposed to have control over this music kind of entertainment.
They're gonna do the halftime show.
And from that, what is that supposed to spawn into?
Don't know yet.
See, that's my problem, man. It just looks like, this is about entertainment and music, and Jay's face is on it, and we talking about social justice. I feel like it's almost like keywords on a resume. Like you put keywords on a resume, but the guy's resume is trash. Like I'm just right now. I just can't buy it.
But let's
I get that.
But wait,
that's fine. That's fine.
I get it. I'm with you on that.
Let's get back to what I brought up, because again, how can a man tell one man not to do something and turn around and do the very or similar same thing? I can't understand how that is okay, and that's not saying, hold on, wait a minute, there is something foul about that.
I said that earlier. That's foul. I said that earlier.
Nobody's speaking. The only person.
Wait. Is that foul, Banks?
Is it foul?
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
What's the extent?
That's foul, bro.
Hold on.
Like that's what I'm saying is this.
No disrespect to JD, right?
And that's just on the surface for what we know.
JD in terms of his stature in the hip hop world in comparison to Jay-Z, right? Maybe Jay felt like he could take the vision that JD had, and it might be foul, but he felt like he could take the vision further.
But it's not a might. You can't put might be foul in there.
Yo, Banks. I gotta leave you for a second. Just okay. I gotta leave you for a second.
It's all good.
All right, now I understand what you're saying, JD's stature, but the plan JD had with the Super Bowl being in Atlanta, to have Outkast, to have all those great
heart of the music of Atlanta,
to the back on that stage, that Super Bowl halftime would have been popping, and I would have been watching for sure to hear all them hits. So for you to say, nah, fam, you shouldn't do that.
Once again, I didn't say that, but I said
now. Hold on, just like right now. Excuse me a second.
Okay.
The Super Bowl is in Miami this year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
right
God.
or wrong?
Yeah, we're gonna have Luke out there, Rick Ross.
The irony of the owner of the Dolphins.
But if you roll out Maroon 5 and the Backstreet Boys and dog, you missing the point, man. And that's see, that's what I go back to is this. What Jay did is interjected himself into something that he put himself in this fire.
I could agree with you on that.
Okay.
I could agree with you
himself
on that. Now, here's something I think we need to clear up, because we're saying that Jay took over.
I don't disagree with. I disagree.
We don't know.
Mills.
What I want to say is we don't know what Jay told these people about not performing, because in the beginning we heard he told Travis Scott, don't do it because of Cap. But Travis Scott said no. He said don't do it because you shouldn't be playing second fiddle to Maroon 5. You're a bigger act than them at this moment.
So wait, okay, now.
So now I'm what?
Hold on,
because hold on, real quick.
Okay, because I'm gonna bring something up.
Because you posted something earlier and you said Cardi B turned it down because of Cap, but she did the pep rally for the Patriots 2 days before the Super Bowl. So to me that made no sense.
Okay, but
so
now,
what's really going on?
Wait, okay, now. What you just said, he told Travis Scott not to play second fiddle, right or wrong?
Right.
He told JD not to do it, but he wound up being second fiddle. Do you understand what I'm saying to you now?
This is a partnership. This ain't.
But no, it's a contradiction, man. Yo.
Here's what I'm saying.
You can point out contradictions
I got
in
it.
this dude's
I got it.
that make you wonder.
You can point out contradiction in anybody's move.
You're right, but hold on. But what? And this is hypothetically, but. Man, never mind.
Let me say this.
I was gonna say, what if they still want a Maroon 5 to be the headline?
Can I say this? All right, Jay was in lockstep with Cap 6 months ago, right? Not to say that. Maybe he's like, yo, it's been 6 months and nothing has changed. We haven't moved forward in any significant way.
Well,
we're still right here. What's next?
Hey,
What
Cap.
are we going to do next? Are we just going to keep doing this and
I
saying,
gotta be
I
honest with
support Cap, I'm wearing his
Let me say it to
jersey
you. Let me say it to you.
for the rest of the time?
Can I ask you
And
this?
when
Wait,
I'm
wait,
moving
wait.
forward?
Can I ask you this? Was Jay ever really in lockstep with Cap? Because he had a Cap jersey on?
I'm just,
Hold on.
I mean, if we all talk,
bro.
speculation.
Speak on it, please.
Hold on.
I need to know this.
Jay-Z came out and said various things in support of Cap and the movement. So he put himself next to Cap with that.
As if he was in lockstep
Right,
with him.
as
Okay,
if.
I
So that's
I
what
like
we
how
go
you
about.
carefully,
Right.
like how you
He
carefully do that.
tiptoed around
Taking
that.
your time with that.
you know,
I just want to know you know that.
At some point, he was in
hitting
agreement.
to that
It's
before, so
somewhat.
Yeah, 'cause I look at you.
I was hitting to that
Let's
before.
make sure. But now, let me put it to you just like this. We sit here, and anytime you have questions
Serious when you got
about,
this hand. When you got this hand on the table. You know it's serious when you got this. Yo, Jack, you know about that right there. Yeah, go ahead, son. Sorry.
when you have questions about somebody's movements, and a lot of times people say where there's smoke, there's fire. At some point, we have to admit that there's questionable movements by Jay in doing this here. And that's that, yo, we originally said the optics we don't know to the root. That's why I can't say he's a sellout. Because I don't know for a fact that, right, he's a sellout. But I'm going to tell you this. For all the props that's given to this man in business, for what he's done for his life, dog, you really screwed this one up.
You mean
Yo, listen, man. Yo, businessmen take risks.
No, I'm not saying no. But
Businessmen
again,
take
you
risks,
look-
and that's why they're in the position that they're in because
True.
they're not afraid
Indeed.
to take a risk.
Indeed.
and the backlash that comes with taking that risk, this is what he's getting. That's why you can't really sit here and say we can defend him because this is what he set up. This is his setup.
Listen, yeah.
That
Look,
don't mean I can't defend him.
I can defend him.
Like I said, Brooklyn in the house, right?
It's not even about Brooklyn. It's not even about Brooklyn to me. It's. I think you earned the benefit of the doubt to be in a position like this for me to say I'm going to reserve judgment to find
I
out
hear you,
exactly
Mills.
what
I hear you.
happened.
we only give the benefit of the doubt to elite people.
I'm
That's
not-
what
I'm-
I'm saying.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm really not
I'm-
going to
I'm
say
just saying.
that, but what
Peter Plasma, what up?
But what I will say is this:
we didn't
and-
give Kanye
and-
the benefit of the doubt.
and we don't need to.
But exactly
no,
my point,
it's a
though.
good point. Because
that's a good point.
Yo,
That's a good
listen,
point.
because once again, what I'm always going to say is this: we protect our heroes until we find out that they're no longer an hero. We watch what R. Kelly did for a decade.
He's never my hero. Just
I'm
FYI.
just saying. I'm
Never
saying
anybody at this
us
table's
as
hero.
a people. Let's not front
All right.
because when y'all was out there two-stepping, all right, you had no problem knowing that dude pissed on that girl.
I was young, bro.
Allegedly.
I was young,
Not
bro.
alleged.
Yeah.
Nah, let's
First
not-
of all, hey,
He's
nobody's
got-
even convicted yet.
got
I'm not
federal-
trying to get
federal
sued,
charges
brother.
on him.
Yo,
Listen,
it's
man.
on film. I was
Exactly.
a fan of R. Kelly. I was
Okay.
never
So
a fan
wait.
of R.
But
Kelly.
I'm not
Industry
saying
is shady.
I'm
It
not
needs to be
saying
taken
you
over.
as the
I know,
individual.
but you're saying
I'm saying
as a
us
whole,
as a whole as a
right.
people.
I got you.
We always continue to protect ours until we can't protect them no more. That's what it comes down to. We've seen it over history. So that's why I sit here and say Jay is the person that, to me, I wish he'd have never done this. Because
All right.
I wish he was
Okay.
different.
Let me ask you a question.
Here's
Real
why.
quick question.
We gonna turn
if he never,
ain't your token.
all right, man. If he never
Drop
did
my
this,
balls,
where we
man.
at right here? What we doing?
We're not even talking about this.
Yeah, what's going on?
we-
What's going on? What's going on with the movement with Cap? Cap still don't got a job.
we probably
He's
talking
still
about
doing
Zeke.
he's still doing his Know Your Rights campaign in the
Can I say this?
background. Nothing's happening
Listen
in
what you
terms of
just
that.
said. Listen what you just
Okay.
said. He's doing his things in the background. Things are still being done. Regardless of this, things are still getting done.
Mark,
Come on,
like
Mark,
we just
don't do that,
like
Mark.
we
Mark,
just
now,
said-
hold on.
like
I'm
we
not
just said,
I'm
you
not
talking
gonna
about
let you do
reaching
that.
a broad-
I'm not gonna let you do that, Mark, because you are the king of saying
Hold up.
somebody is
Wait,
supposed to speak
wait,
up.
Wait, hold on. I'll be the first one to say Cap is done wrong by not speaking. All right, you know that. I'm never going to say that he's done this right.
Okay, so
But
let's
the
not
one
give him a pass
no,
now.
No, I'm not giving him a pass. What I'm saying to you is this: that man bought black suits for young black men. That man put $900,000 out of his own pocket. He didn't go to sponsors. He didn't go to other companies. He put the money out of his pocket before the actual Nike deal. So let's know that he's been accountable for what he's done.
Agreed.
Okay,
Agreed.
listen,
I'm just asking.
I never
Because Mark,
mentioned Jay
no.
in that statement.
But hold on, I have
mentioned Jay
real
in that
quick. I'm gonna say
statement.
this. I have a problem. I had a problem.
need the
Hold on.
NFL.
I had a
He
problem
does not need
because
the
I don't
NFL.
think the
The
two.
NFL
I
needs
don't
Jay.
think the two are mutually exclusive.
You're right.
I don't think it has to be Jay-Z versus Cap. Why is it? Why
I
do
don't
we
like
do
that
that?
whole-
That's
I don't
what I'm
like
saying.
that. I don't
And
like
and
that
it's not
whole-
you, Mark, per se, but I feel people are like that. It's like if you're supporting Jay-Z or if you're saying like let's wait and see what's going
You
on.
sound
If
just
you're
like these
against
guys,
Cap.
Mills.
You know what I'm saying? Why
I
can't
respect it, though.
My man Mills.
I
I respect
mess
it.
with Cap. I think we all at the table rock with Cap, and I'm still I'm in a holding pattern with Jay-Z and seeing where this deal goes.
But now I cannot knock anybody for being in a holding pattern.
Y'all know holding
Right,
pattern for Malcolm
absolutely.
Jenkins too.
Right? No, Malcolm Jenkins. Hell no.
Well, that's
What is the
hell
difference?
that's wrong.
But
That's
you notice
wrong.
I'm
because
not-
Malcolm.
What is
no,
the
yeah, we
difference
have Malcolm
between
said that.
Jay?
Hold up. Let me explain it. Because that man. Hold on. You
Let's
asked me
explain
first.
it. Let's explain it after.
right.
Let's explain it
All right.
after. Let's explain it after.
No
We can
problem.
talk about it. Go ahead.
We'll be right back, y'all. This is our take.
you be
Thank
back?
you for
Yo,
tuning
comment,
in.
subscribe, all that good stuff, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to everybody on the live, man.
Listen, even one better.
Oh, for y'all.
Help
No
us.
doubt.
Give us your comments. Give us your input.
Talk to us, man. Let
on
us
how
know,
we
man.
can grow this show. We get a lot of great comments about the show is
100%.
dope, but how do we grow this show? How do we make it better? How do we make it bigger?
My man, Pure
How
Plasma.
do we get on a bigger platform, y'all? Talk to us. Let us know. Holla at us, man.
Peace.
Shaka was good, boy.
Yo, Pure Plasma, that's a mean comment right there. That's
What is
mean. Women kept R. Kelly relevant.
That's my man Shaka right there. Shaka was
Well,
good, boy.
pop it. He said pop it.
Hold on, Shock ain't being real because there's a lot of dudes that join.
This is our take. This is our